really proud of our team and how they approached every day. Since we've gotten down here, we've put in two pretty dang good practices, getting after it, and then as the game approaches here, we'll taper it down and then get ready to roll on Friday. So look forward and happy to answer any questions you guys have.
All right, first question we'll go with Anthony Dasher from UGA Sports. Go ahead, Anthony.
Mike, good to see you again, man. It's been a while.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Doing well. Look, obviously, I got to ask you about those days in Athens. You were the guy running I believe it was the defensive scout team, back in the day. Kind of what you remember about those times.
Sure, we were doing everything. We were setting up tables for dinner. You name it. Back then, we didn't have iPads, so we had the playbooks, and I remember just having a really, really rough relationship with the printer. But yeah, those were great days, man. I mean, just learning from Coach Rick and Coach Grantham and Coach Bobo, and really just what makes an organization tick. How does it go? Just being in it on the ground floor, doing anything you can to help the team win was really valuable. There are great people in that building, and it was a great experience for us.
Okay, next question's from Seth Emerson. Go ahead, Seth.
Mike, on that vein, I guess when your Georgia days were over, can you, I guess, talk about briefly, I guess you were thinking about getting out of the business, but then you got the right connection, and how important that was to put you to where you are now.
Wow. Yeah, that was, it was the spring of 2013. And, I had signed a contract with KPMG, and I was fortunate enough. I think Coach Rodney Garner actually recommended me to the one of the Ravens scouts. And that kind of worked up the food chain there, and was just really fortunate that John Harbaugh was looking to start an intern program, and I was able to kind of go through that process, and really fortunate enough that actually Jay Harbaugh, our coach here, he was one of the guys that kind of helped set the whole thing up. So just extremely fortunate. Talk about just luck of the draw, and man, am I blessed that happened. So otherwise we wouldn't be sitting here.
And next question for Mark Schleybaugh. Go ahead, Mark. There, Mark.
Yeah, sorry, Mike. Hate to keep going down this road, but what was your parents' reaction, your mom and dad's reactions when you said you wanted to go into coaching instead of the business world?
Man, my parents, have been awesome. I mean, really, with both my siblings, once you kind of tell them that what you want to do, they want to see you go after it. They were more interested in how I was going to do it rather than what I was going to do. But they've just been every step of the way. Both of them are going to be here at the game, so they'll be making the trip down to Miami. So I'll be looking forward to seeing them. But they were awesome.
Next question for Ryan Zook. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Mike, Ryan Zook with MLive. When you look at JT Daniels and Stetson Bennett, what are some similarities and differences you see between them?
Oh, shoot. I mean, both have both have great command of the offense, and how the offense is set up. They're very similar to our football team. They play complementary football. They know where to go with the ball. The system is really complementary. They really make you defend the entire width of the field. And then with their play action on first, second down game, they can get the ball to their guys who, don't lack speed, at any position, and get it to them really any part of the field. So they both do a great job. Stetson, he's probably a little bit more willing to take off when the play breaks down, but other than that, they're both really good players.
Okay, next question for Andrea Adelson. Go ahead, Andrea.
Hi. With the way that David and Aiden have played for you guys this year, it feels like they have a special chemistry, and I'm wondering how you were able to see that develop either through the off season or through the course of this season.
Yeah, that's a great question. Aiden has had the same approach since probably since he's been here, definitely the year that I've seen him. And then, to see David's growth over the year that, since I've known him, it's been really impressive, and it's a tribute to him. I think what happened was he saw how Aiden approached everything and the success that he was having, and he realized what it took to be, what it took to be great. He was going to be really good. He's a talented guy, but his approach really, working with Aiden on a daily basis, and the rest of our coaches, they really taken on to the coaching, and then just what it takes in terms of, weight room, practice habits, film preparation, all those things. He really upped his game, and him and Aiden, like you see, like the chemistry is real out there, and I'm very proud of where David's at.
Okay, next question for Mark Weiser. Go ahead, Mark.
Hey, Mike, Mark Weiser, Athens Banner Herald. Take me back to coaching the Cedar Shoals 9th grade team. How did coaching at that level of football develop you into the coach you are now? And do you remember any details of that season?
Oh, absolutely. Man, that was a great year. That's probably the most fun I've had coaching probably up to this year. I mean, that was a blast. I mean, I remember Wednesday night mop nights. You wouldn't know what guys would show up to practice sometimes, but talk about great people in that building. Coach Xavier Smith really, really taught me a lot, just about really more about life and just how to be a man, and how to grow up and how to mentor people, and had some great relationships with some of those players still to this day. Obviously Coach Smith is a mentor of mine. We were just texting actually probably a day or two ago, but that was a great memory, man. We would have, we'd have our games Thursday nights and then go see the friends and let them know how we did. I think 5 of the 6 games we had shutouts, so I'm still pretty proud of that.
And next question for Dennis Dodd. Go ahead, Dennis.
Hey, Mike, congratulations for getting here. I get that it's Michigan and it's a defensive coordinator position, but why was this a better career move now, coming off a 2-4 season, everything else, than, being a position coach in the NFL for a pretty successful franchise?
Yeah, it's a great question. I didn't really think about all the extra 2-4 thing, hot seat. Quite frankly, I didn't really know about it. I mean, I knew Coach Jim Harbaugh, and like you said, Michigan and the reputation that this university has, and I mean, it was honestly, it was pretty simple. And then just personally, my personal goals was I always wanted to be a defensive coordinator at any level, and I mean, this is big time football. It doesn't get any bigger than this, So if you want to do it at the biggest stage and have an impact on an organization, then this is the place to do it. So very thankful that Coach gave me this opportunity. And I mean, this is, as you can see, I mean, it's kind of like you got to pinch yourself that I'm looking down here at this microphone, says Orange Bowl. It's kind of hard to believe that we're here, but it's been a great experience. And just again, really, really thankful for taking a chance on a guy like me.
Next question for Zach Shaw. Go ahead, Zach.
Mike, you guys have faced some pretty good receivers. I don't know if you faced a tight end like Brock Bowers. What makes him such a tough cover, and where do you think this defense is in terms of being ready for a tight end like that?
Yeah, Brock is a heck of a player, man. He is really dynamic. I mean, the thing that they do with him is he really plays every position. He'll play the Z, the Y, the X, the move guy, the down guy. They'll give it to him on reverses, screens. I mean, it's pretty impressive, and tribute to their coaching staff for putting him in positions to affect the game. The difference between a tight end and a receiver is that the receiver, you can build some things where to find him, where he's at, and try to get, multiple guys on him. Tight end, it's a little bit more difficult. I guess it's just not the same, if that makes sense. But he's a heck of a player. I think the first thing you have to have is an awareness on where he's at. And if he's out of place, you have to understand that. And then just understand the things that he likes to do from certain positions. So we can help, try to slow him down as best as we can. But, they got great skill guys all across the board. Guys that can make you, can really hurt you at any point during the game. So the stress points of our zones and when we play man-to-man, when we pressure, when we don't, that'll kind of be an interesting chess game throughout the game.
Okay, next question for Steve Hummer. Go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, Mike, is Steve Hummer from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. How would you, how much of your defense's overall personality is shaped by Aiden, do you think? And how do you describe that personality on the field?
It's great. I mean, I'd say a lot, but I don't want to take away from guys like Josh Ross, Brad Hawkins, Donovan Jeter, guys in the back end, Vince Gray. I mean, I think it's been a team collective effort on what type of team we want to be and kind of our reputation as a defense. People say you take the, personality of your coach. I'm more subscribed to the theory they take the personalities of your leaders. And just when everybody decides that they want to do it a certain way, that's a powerful thing. And then we have the right guys, kind of spearhead that charge. How I describe it, we want to be 11 guys playing for one another. That's a powerful thing when you play for the guy next to you. And we want to have shocking effort when you watch the tape. We want teams to watch tapes on Sunday mornings and know they're in for a 60-minute battle. But just, proud of Aiden, man. I mean, he's definitely the guy that spearheads that type of personality.
And next question for Aaron McMahon. Go ahead, Aaron.
Mike, whether it was the speed with which you and the staff kind of connected with the guys this year, maybe some of the wins or the Big Ten championship, what has surprised you most this year about the success you guys have been able to have?
That's a great question. Really, it went by so fast. Like you said, Aaron, I mean, we were here, we were in spring ball, we were rolling, we were in summer work. We went to training camp. There's the crazy June recruiting month that seemed like didn't even happen. Again, I mean, and it sounded like a broken record, but just, you walk in the first day and you're wide eyed, trying to there's a bunch of people everywhere. You don't know who's who, like trying to remember names and stuff. And the one thing I remember from the first day is just the look on Josh Ross and Aiden's eyes. It was like, okay, like we got two dudes that will literally do anything we ask them to do. Like these guys are ready to go. They're two guys on a mission. And from that point, we were rolling. It was just like, okay, like, how do we want to do this? This is what I see. What do you guys see? All right, let's do it. It was pretty simple and just needed to help us put it in motion. But I'd say the speed of the year, I feel like it's almost a year ago, this whole thing, got started and we were on a plane to Ann Arbor in the snow. And now we're down here in sunny Miami.
All right, last question here for Coach Michael Cohen. Go ahead, Mike.
Hey, Mike, Michael Cohen from the Detroit Free Press. Before the season, we were asking a lot of the guys questions about your defense, trying to sort of figure out what it would look like, what it wouldn't. And a lot of them said that what they liked about working with you is how you were able to help their football IQ expand and understanding of the game. I guess, now 3-4 months from when we were asking those questions, what are some of the ways you've seen those heightened IQs manifest themselves on the field? Like as a coach, from a coaching perspective, how do you see those higher football IQs show up week in, week out?
To your point, like in order to build a system, you have to have a foundation. So if you build it just, on a shallow foundation or a narrow foundation, there's no room to grow where you want it to go. So we spent a lot of time building the foundation of football, how we want it to look, how we want to play, certain principles within the defense that we wanted to install. And those carried, weight throughout the season. So we're able to build on that. So you're not playing a different defense every week and you're not able to have any sort of, accumulation throughout the year. So one thing is we're able to stack days and we're always making progress. I think the way you see that, kind of come into play is, I've said this before, but like if you can close your eyes and hear everything that's going on before, during, and after the play, it's like, and you can visualize what happened and how we rotated and, how we alerted things and post alerted things. When you hear it and you hear a loud defense, they understand what's going on. When there's not a lot of noise out there and there's not a lot of communication, to me, that's a signal of a confused defense that ultimately won't play as fast or as violently as you need them to. So I think if you came to one of our practices, you'd be impressed with the communication going on.